Once upon a time, in a peaceful village by the river, there lived a young man named Rohan. Though he had everything he needed, a loving family, a small but comfortable home, and enough food to eat, he often felt unhappy. He believed happiness lay somewhere else, beyond his simple life. One day, Rohan decided he would search for true happiness. He had heard of a wise sage who lived atop the highest mountain, known for guiding people toward enlightenment. Determined, Rohan packed his belongings and set off on his journey. The journey begins. As he walked through the village, he met an old farmer resting under a tree. The farmer smiled and asked, "Where are you going, young man?" "I am searching for happiness," Rohan replied. The farmer chuckled, "I've worked in these fields all my life, and every evening when I sit under this tree, I feel the happiest." Perhaps happiness isn't something you find, but something you realize. Rohan shook his head. "That can't be true. I must find the sage," he said, and continued on his way. The wealthy merchant. After a few days, he arrived at a grand city where he met a wealthy merchant who lived in a golden palace. Surely, this man knew the secret to happiness. "Sir," Rohan asked, "you have everything: gold, servants, luxury. Are you truly happy?" The merchant sighed and said, "I once thought wealth would bring me happiness, but the more I have, the more I fear losing it. Happiness is not in riches alone." Rohan was puzzled but continued his journey. The powerful king. Finally, Rohan reached a great kingdom and sought an audience with the king. He knelt before the throne and asked, "Your Majesty, you have power over all your people. Are you the happiest man alive?" The king gave a weary smile. "Power comes with responsibility, and fear follows power. I must always watch for enemies, make difficult decisions, and worry about my kingdom's future. Happiness is not in power." Rohan was confused. If wealth, power, and success did not bring happiness, then what did? The wise sage's lesson. At last, after weeks of climbing, Rohan reached the wise sage at the mountain's peak. The sage was a simple man, dressed in plain robes, meditating by a waterfall. "Wise one," Rohan said, exhausted, "I have traveled far and wide to find happiness. Where does true happiness lie?" The sage smiled and handed Rohan a small cup. "There is a hidden treasure in this mountain. Go and find it, but do not spill a single drop of water from this cup." Excited, Rohan set off. He climbed rocks, searched caves, and dug in the earth, all while carefully holding his cup. After hours of searching, he returned to the sage, frustrated. "I found no treasure," he said, "but at least I did not spill the water." The sage smiled. "Tell me, during your search, did you admire the beautiful flowers? Did you enjoy the birds singing? Did you feel the cool breeze?" Rohan thought for a moment and realized he had been so focused on the treasure that he had missed everything else around him. The sage chuckled. "That is how most people live their lives, always chasing something they believe will bring happiness while ignoring the beauty already around them. Happiness isn't found at the end of a journey, it is in every step along the way." The realization. Rohan finally understood. He thanked the sage and returned home, this time seeing his village with new eyes. He noticed the warmth of his mother's smile, the laughter of children playing, the gentle rustling of the trees. He had been surrounded by happiness all along. He had simply never stopped to appreciate it. From that day on, Rohan lived with gratitude and joy, knowing that happiness isn't in riches, power, or distant places. It is in the simple moments of everyday life. Moral of the story. Happiness isn't something you find in the future. It is something you notice in the present. Appreciate the small joys in life, and true happiness will always be with you.